Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath us, soul in flight, songs of love and love of life, guide us to our heart. Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath us, soul in flight, songs of love and love of life, guide us to our heart. Mother of darkness, mother of light.
Hi YouTube. So this video is going to be a tag video. I was tagged by Mrs. Teenage Wiccan. I'll put a link to her channel in the below bar if you want to go check her out. So yeah, I will be answering some questions. This is a witchy tag. And yeah, I will be reading off because I can't memorize all these questions. There's a lot of questions here. So here goes. What is your background in witchcraft? My background, I would say, well, right now I'm eclectic Wiccan. I consider myself eclectic. When I first started practicing magic, before I got into Wicca, I pretty much practiced hoodoo, which is like folk magic without any real religious system attached to it. And I was Christian at the time, so it's basically like a Christian witch. Once I got into Wicca, for years I still considered myself to be a Christian witch, and then I guess you could say Christian Wiccan, and then finally eclectic Wiccan. So that's sort of the process I went through there. What is your favorite witchy things to do? Herbs, mostly. I used to be really big on using stones, but I just don't, I kind of gotten out of that and gone more into studying herbs and stuff like that. What is your favorite type of magic? I would say candle magic. I would also say that I've really been big on using candle magic since I first started practicing magic. My top 5 favorite herbs: peppermint, rosemary, lavender, garlic, and mugwort. My favorite type of divination: tarot. How did you come to practice witchcraft? I'm going to kind of go into more how I came into Wicca. I've already kind of partly described it. So and I'm going to try to keep, long stories short as possible. So I'm going to just kind of go into it. I was about 8 years old when I had my first, what I would call like a psychic experience. Basically I had like a precognitive deja vu episode, but I didn't know at the time what it was. And so I started kind of looking into psychic phenomena and exploring that, just more or less just to figure out what was going on with me. So that's how I sort of got into like psychic stuff and new age type stuff. And also around that same time, around the time I was 8 years old, I also witnessed a ritual being performed by a group of women, and that kind of opened my awareness to magic. I didn't start actually practicing magic until I was about 12 or 13 years old, and that at the time I was practicing hoodoo, basically. But I still considered myself Christian. And it wasn't until I was about 14 or 15 when I started studying Wicca, and I was about 16 when I practiced my first Sabbath, which was Beltane. And Beltane's pretty much my favorite holiday as well. So yeah. Are you in a coven or solitary? I'm solitary. I'm not really looking to join in a coven, at least not right now. I am looking more toward like just networking and hooking up with other Wiccans and other magical practitioners in general. What is your favorite witchy movie? Practical Magic and The Craft. I've seen others like, Mists of Avalon, Belle was it Bell, Book, and Candle. I've seen that, and I've seen like several kind of voodoo Santeria type movies, like The Believers and what was that other one? The Serpent and the Rainbow. And those are pretty interesting, but my favorites are still The Craft and Practical Magic. What is your favorite witchy book, both learning and fantasy? I haven't really read any fantasy type books, but there are a few learning type books that are favorites of mine, and I'm going to show them to you right now. In fact, my top favorite right now is this book, Wicca by Scott Cunningham. I actually just got it like about a month and a half ago. It was not a book that I started with. I actually started with Teen Witch by Silver Ravenwolf. Silver Ravenwolf is, some magical practitioners like her, others don't exactly. And I kind of wish I had started with Wicca instead of Teen Witch. But anyway, yeah, I've been reading his book, and I really like how he puts things across, and I'm hoping to, continue and read the rest of it. And another book that is sort of a favorite book of mine right now, it's not really like a instruction book as much as it is a book describing like a process of self-discovery, is this book, The Path of a Christian Witch by, get the name of the author. Oh, well, it's not exactly showing up. It's Adelina St. Clair is the name of the author. And the book pretty much describes the struggles that she went through to try and meld her Christian beliefs and her Wiccan beliefs together into sort of a coherent system that she could follow. And it's pretty interesting. Yeah, I like it so far. And another book that's a favorite of mine that I've had for a while and have actually read through the whole thing, and it's another one of those books that's sort of a process book more than an instruction book. I mean, it has some information in it, but it's more like the process of like the celebration that one witch goes through throughout like an entire year. And the name of the book is In the Circle by Ellen Hawke, and I think it's really quite good. I would highly recommend someone, checking it out and reading it. So yeah, those are my favorite books. Next question. What is your favorite witchy show? I know this sounds kind of lame, but I used to be really partial to Charmed when I was younger. When I was like first, practicing hoodoo and first learning about Wicca, I watched Charmed like a lot. I guess some Wiccans would say that was kind of like a bad influence, but oh well. I mean, I didn't believe like every, that real Wiccans were like what was on that show. I didn't believe that, all the stuff described on that show was like real or anything like that. But anyway, what is your favorite color and what does it mean to you? My favorite color is purple, and to me it represents energy and inner strength. To me it's a very strong color. I know like other people have described purple as like a calming color, but to me it's more strong. Next question. What type of animal, creature, or person is your spirit guide and or totem animal? Right now I have two totems, the horse and the tiger. I dream of tigers a lot more than I dream of horses, but I feel like really connected to horses. Like when I see a horse, I just feel kind of like the energy, like I feel kind of like drawn to that energy for some reason. And when I dream of tigers, it's usually pleasant. And the first dream I ever had of my totem, I could actually hear his thoughts, which was kind of freaky. But anyway, how many lives do you think you've had? Okay, if I could venture a wild guess, this is just completely, just a guess. I would have to say about 5 or 6, maybe. Yeah, like I said, that's just a guess. What is your element? I don't feel like I have a particular element. I know because of my astrological sign is an air sign, so I guess my element should be air. But I don't lean towards any one element. I try to keep like a balance of elements in my life. So yeah. What is my astrological sign? Gemini. Who is my goddess and god? As I mentioned in another video, I'm drawn to Jesus, Pan, Persephone, and Hades, as well as Diana, Ashura, and Tiamat. I know it's kind of an interesting mix. What is my favorite crystal? Clear quartz. To me, it's like a very versatile stone. You can pretty much use it for any purpose under the sun. You could use it for healing, you could use it for love, protection, psychic powers, anything, pretty much. That's what I love about it. What is my favorite witchy tool? My fame. What is my favorite witchy craft that I like to do? I like to make soaps. I've made several different kinds of soaps for like magical purposes. I have the recipes stored in my book of shadows. I would like to get more into making candles, but I don't quite have the tools for that yet. So yeah. So that's pretty much my witchy tag video. And anyone who watches this, who wants to make a tag video, go ahead. Peace and blessings. Bye.